Let's just play around with these for a minute and look at some of the effects. So if I'll change that to variable just for make it very generic. So if I wanted to change this float to a string and then print it out, okay, it looks very similar as a string. Interestingly enough, it adds a leading zero. I don't know if you noticed that, but it doesn't have a leading zero up there, but it is implied by the presence of the decimal at the front. So if I change that to a string, that's what I get. If I have an integer and I change it to a string, it doesn't look any different. Most of the time when I change something to a string, it doesn't really change the value any. If I have a Boolean variable and I change that to a string and print it out, I just get the word, true or false. So changing to a string has probably the least amount of impact on what that data looks like. But getting from here to, let's say, an int, if I wanted to change that to an integer, what do you think it's going to do? There's a number of different possibilities, right, of how Python could get to a number with no decimal. What do you think happens? Changes it to a whole number, yes. But does it change it to 1? Or does it change it to 2? Let's find out. Okay? So it doesn't round necessarily. Let's change it to a number that be rounded up to 2 and see what happens. Okay? So that's important to remember, right? It's not rounding. It's just making it go away. Now, maybe that's a big deal. Maybe it's not. I would say if you're creating a program that does banking and keeps track of money for people, and every time it does a calculation, it just forgets about everything after the decimal, people are going to get pissed, right? Because you're cheating them out of money potentially. So it's important to know that if I go from a float to an integer, that it drops this. Let's say I have a string that contains what looks like a float, and I want to change that to an integer. Okay? So it does have limits, because what it would have to do is have to understand that this is a number, change it to a number that's a float, and then change it to an integer. That's too much. That's too much for it to handle. If I want to change it directly to a float, it looks like a float. It's a valid float. Now it works because it's only one step. So you have to know which things you can get away with and which things you can't, and how it impacts things. Obviously, if I have a string that just contains letters, it's not going to do anything for me. Boolean is perhaps the most confusing. If I take a bill, you think that's true or false if I change it to a Boolean or an error? What do you think? I don't like to brag, but I am true. I exist. This one's probably obvious, right? True is true. What do you think that is? Think about what happened with Bill, and think about how Python sees a string. It is just a list of characters. So does it make meaning out of the word false as a string when I change it to a Boolean? No, it does not. It comes back as true. Is there a string that you can think of that will come back as false when I convert it to a Boolean? It's a little bit of a brain bender. This is the only string that comes back as false, an empty string. Because in the computer's logic, a Boolean false is it's the equivalent of nothing. It's the equivalent of zero response. So if I have this, it's false because a zero is nothing. Anything that represents nothing. So an empty string, a zero, but anything other than nothing comes back as true if I convert it to a Boolean. So just knowing how those interactions happen when you're converting from one type to another is really good and important. Remember also, really important to remember that you're not converting this, you're not changing this. This, after this operation, is still the same data type. So let's check that. Print, type. Okay, so look, I convert to a bool and print it out, but when I run the type, it's still a float. Because I didn't change this. This was just an argument that went to that function. So what this does is it returns what we would get if we take this and change it to a Boolean. But it does not change that. It's not a do something, it's a return something. So the original variable is not impacted by that. The only way to get that variable to be impacted by that would be to do this. And in that case, what I'm doing on line 3 is I'm saying, take whatever's in this bucket, the variable, change it to a Boolean, and then put it back in that same bucket. So change what's in there to this. And now, when I run this, the type comes back as a Boolean. It seems like I'm really going deep on something that seems like minutia here. But understanding this and keeping track of this will solve a lot of errors that are going to pop up in your code. Guaranteed. And in particular, this is going to be useful today with assignment 3.